very much. Thanks very much for the opportunity to tell you about what we've been doing with medical elution devices. I worked on this with Dr. Aaron Baker in biomedical engineering, and our basic goal is to turn indwelling devices into drug delivery platforms. So the clinical problem is ICU patients require lots of painful tubes, chest tubes, bladder catheters, endotracheal tubes, and because of the discomfort that these things cause, they require strong pain medication, almost always in the form of narcotics in the vast majority of those patients. And of course, narcotics have lots of harmful side effects, and the pain from these chest tubes and other sorts of tubes are a huge dissatisfier for patients, in addition to the fact that the narcotics cause a lot of complications in their care. In addition, in the adult population, there's a real risk of opioid addiction. So in one study, 12% of patients who have had thoracic surgery ended up still on narcotics 180 days after their procedure, which probably means they're already lapsing into an abuse disorder. So not only does the pain and the side effects degrade the patient experience, but the use of narcotics is costly. So in a recent study of a large number of thoracic surgery patients, 17% had opioid-induced respiratory depression, 53% had opioid-induced nausea and vomiting, which increased their hospital stay and, of course, increased the cost of their hospitalization by a grand total of $1.38 billion. So our solution is to employ a process that creates tiny pores in the material of the tube itself, in this case a chest tube, and then one can load those pores with a gel that contains whatever medicine you would like to deliver. In the case of chest tubes that are painful, we've chosen bupivacaine, which is a local anesthetic. And then the tube releases the drug over a prolonged, modifiable period along its length where the mechanical irritation and pain is occurring. The first use case, as I mentioned, is a chest tube. Big market, lots of them placed in the United States every year. So what is our progress to date? Well, first of all, we started out in the Texas Health Catalyst program, which we're very grateful for. We conducted market research, engaged an FDA consultant, and then filed provisional and final patents. We then went on to win some local competition money, became a Mass Challenge finalist, created a prototype and tested that, got some money from the proof of concept grant that you just heard about, and published an academic paper, and then had a couple of posters at Military Health Symposium, formed a company, and most recently got an NIH STTR grant and a grant from the Moss Trust through UT. So our next steps are to seek additional grant funding for an endotracheal tube application of this technology, and then to conduct an FDA pre-submission call, ultimately conducting animal studies in support of an FDA IDE application. Thank you very much for your attention, and thanks to the Texas Health Catalyst.